It is hot as hell in here. We used to be down that hallway for Northgate, but yeah, that's where we're at right now. But it is morning, 10 o'clock right now by the time I had looked at the timer. But I am going through everything. It's like about an hour until show floor opens up. I keep forgetting, like, the show opens around 11, but Brennan is here. I'm not getting him on camera like usual, always camera shy. But for 20 whole dollars, he is picking up that Japanese Detective Pikachu that I got at the last show, and then this bad boy here is finally going to a vendor, but it will up friend discount as opposed to just the regular amount. But either way, that is the opener, and I will show off all of the new stuff that I will be putting out this morning. That is going to be all for sale, including a very big one that I got this past Wednesday, so I'll turn that over for a quick sec. So it's quite a bit of like everything. The Gundam stuff I will definitely go through here in a second, but to start things off, these were all from the trade night. Well, actually, these right here especially were all from trade night. For Wednesday, I'm usually there for Toledo, and of course doing still the Thursday trade night over at Cyclist Hobbies. Feel free to check it out for there. We're still trying to get more people to come out for it, but we've got a few people that have been coming out for it. So for these right here, I forget what was traded out for them, but there was like a decent amount of like lower end stuff that tended to go out pretty quick. Southern Islands, Ladybug, Greninja, this one I've had a few times. I'm surprised to see how expensive the regular holo has gotten as opposed to like the reverse holo. And then, of course, the Mega Garchomp EX. This one I think I had gotten at the Indiana show, but I cannot remember if that's where it was from, but either way, it's officially out. May have not actually recorded about that one. This was traded, or actually I bought these along with some other Dragon Ball stuff. There was somebody that had like a slab, but we ended up passing on that, and this was from the Wednesday trade night. The Nami winter stamp that we did have, this was traded in. They just owed $20 on top, and we ended up getting this one. This is still factory sealed, so laws really are not that much different as opposed to the sealed copies, but I still priced it around $350 because I figured it's like a $20 difference as opposed to like the raw version. So this one's going to be out today. And then for the hits, all of the rest of the Gundam stuff is going to be in that binder today, so I had to do a little bit of reorganizing. The only main one that is a bit overpriced that I had, I will have to do some readjustments, is the Hero Yui SP. That one I think goes for around $340 at the moment. There's a few people that have theirs listed, though I might end up doing a little bit cheaper than that because I know that people will trade for that one. And then, of course, some of the other big hitters. There's the EX Base, Wing Zero, Bardos, Lupus Rex, the Exia Repair. This one I was really surprised at. Char, Alt Art, the other Hero Yui. And then both new Gundam, both of these versions, I was very surprised to see how much that one was at. And this one I was kind of surprised to see it was not as much, but it's that manga art style. The trades, there was like a few Pokemon stuff that I ended up like trading in for the booster boxes. There was about 6 of the boxes, and this is kind of all of the hits from all 6 of the boxes, so I was pretty happy about that overall. The best one obviously was that Hero Yui SP that ended up being a big one, but I forgot to show off the last big one that I had gotten. One of my regulars that does have some really obscure Beckett slabs. They saw a few other ones that I had at the booth. The Articuno Team Rocket Returns that I got from Cyclist Hobbies, like a shout out to them. They picked that up, and then I gave them $450 for a Beckett 8.5 Shining Kyogre. I talked to Brandon earlier about it, and he feels like that's reasonably priced because, I mean, I think we were looking at them, they were like about 11, but I think the comps on them seems like it's a bit low because, I mean, these are not as easy to come across. So I think the 9s went, PSA 9s were around like $2,000 or something like that. I think that there's going to be some room that will be made on it. As for If it will go today, who knows? There may be some like big trades, but I mean, that's kind of like the big thing for the day. It's been pretty good so far for the morning. Made a little bit from Brennan's little deal, and then I got one of my other regulars that's going to probably come back around, so we'll have to see what happens from that. But that's really about the update. I have a lot I gotta organize. I mean, I still have yet to like fill up the cases, but as per usual, I will hit record whenever the first transaction happens or the first deal or trade. But either way, I'll see you guys back in a sec. I forgot to hit record. Well, it's really not my fault. He left Carmageddon that's like down that general direction. They picked up the Venomoth vending series, and then it was the Bidoof from Crown Zenith. It's the one that you like put together and it makes like a full art cover. That ended up like doing some adjustments, but for a vendor buddy, it's like $25 for the pair. So they got the Bidoof for free. So that's really the first big sale of the day. This is about the second time. Carmageddon, they did pick up the one of the other Crown Zenith ones that makes the full art, what we mentioned before. So 2 more going out, the Riolo and the Swablu, all together for 17. Selling off the Kamiya promo Celebi, going away to a customer for 30. All right, Olivia, one of the few full art trainers we have. We sold a few earlier. I forgot to like document them off, but this one gave it to a discount for 20. It was around 21, but we worked around that. Josh is back. I completely forgot that he did get stuff from me before, but how's it going, man?
Not too bad, man. How about you?
Can't complain. I mean, it looks like I'm burning up right now because there's really just that fan that's back there, but he adjusted it himself. So they picked up, well, they're trading in 2 cards. The biggest one will be the Poly Whirl. This one's still hanging around 30, but we did 40 on trade on that. They saw the Yu-Gi-Oh stuff that I had in the video, and they're picking that one up. We still have the, wherever the other one is, it's in the binder. No, it's right there, Kevin. And he's also picking up the Haunter LP. So altogether, we just owed them 25 cash on top. So good to see you again, man. All right, so new customer to the booth. Jason brought in our first ever pickup for Pitch Black. So I guess we can maybe start taking them in again. They're adding 30 on top, and they're picking up the Meganium promo, not Delta Species. You know which one. It's like at the on there, and I just said it earlier, but either way, it was 30 on top. I forgot to hit record on it, but it was Prime. I was trying to think of the exact hollow type it was, but it's Prime. It's hot. Like, you can probably see that I'm like sweating up a storm. Also, his wife or fiance also picked up the yarn art for Litwick. It was the reverse hollow, and that was around 15 bucks. They added 5 cash, and then it was like 10 in Venmo. I forgot to document it, but the one of the last few cheap vending series, I have that trainer that's still left in there, but it was the Krabby vending series one, and that went away for 20. I was not expecting to buy video game stuff at this show, but getting ready for Cleveland Gaming Classic happening in 2 months. There might be another video game convention for later on, but Tecmo Bowl, always good to be able to get this. Honestly, it doesn't have the manual, but I mean, it still goes for around $20 for in the box. And then, of course, Crash Bandicoot Purple. These are always good filler because people like GBA stuff. So we pretty much just gave them like 20 flat on that. So that I might be able to put it out. I don't know if it'll fit in there. You let me know. So this is gonna be the very last thing that I buy for today. It's been a lot of buying lately, but we got Pokemon Red. This is probably one of the better condition copies. They have Mew already saved, but I don't ever see that one very often in this condition. They have a Pokemon Blue, but unfortunately I'm just gonna have to wait on it. But we essentially gave them 45, and it was once again Kevin Woods, same person that got the Tecmo Bowl. You already saw it, but anyways, it's 45. All right, a lot of the One Piece stuff is gone. I'm down to like 2 of the booster bundles left, and they brought in a Beckett 9.5 Pikachu. These are going down, but it's all 151 stuff, but they are getting all of this plus $7 cash is what we owed. They picked up the last of the One Piece stuff, so I am officially out of booster packs. Still have like the Yu-Gi-Oh! And of course the Dragon Balls and Gundam, but they pulled Some neat stuff. There was like a Nami. She is one of the subscribers for the channel. What was your name again?
Audra.
Audra? All right. Well, pleasure to meet you again, Audra. I won't get her boyfriend or husband on camera shy, but he is picking up the Tecmo Bowl that I just put out about maybe 2 hours ago or whenever it was, but it's going away for 20. So hopefully nobody gets Bo Jackson, because that man's a cheater if he does. So anyways, thanks for the deal. This might end up being the last thing that we're picking up for the show. I mean, look at how emptied out it's been. Like, that was filled up earlier. Down there is kind of emptied out now. So like I said, it's getting close to the end of the show. It's like almost 5 o'clock right now. So these were around 38 cash. So that's kind of what we just like paid. But it ended up being around 36 instead, because they found a heavy played, I think it was like a Lucario, I want to say. But overall, these will be the last two for the evening. I don't want to talk about it. I really don't want to say too much, because I respect Dan. Dan puts on good shows. Dayton is an example that this was so far the worst I've done all year. I'd rather not get into specifics as far as numbers go, but trades were fine, and being able to see a few people that watch the channel, you know who you are. Thank you very much, by the way. But yeah, just today was kind of an all-time low. Yeah, it is what it is. But thankfully, we will be over at Dayton next weekend. You'll pretty much see me in the same spot like usual. Dayton always delivers, and it definitely will help, as opposed to how this entire day went. Man, this was rough today. But that's it. Thank you all so much for dropping by. Whoever said hi, bought stuff, or traded, whichever it was, thank you very much. You know who you are, and I appreciate the support, each and every single one of you who shows up to check the place out. I'm just gonna go get some food and try to cheer myself up. At least I have Sunday off, and that will be a good recovery period. But love you guys very, very much. Have a good one. And as always, this will definitely be for me, especially with how rough things were. Stay strong, stay positive, and most important of all, love you and me. Have a good one.